So the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 beta is officially out right now for early access members who have pre-ordered the game. You will get early access to be able to play it. I don't know how many weekends it is, and I don't know how long a weekend. I think it's from Friday till Monday, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong in saying that. So it's like, I can't remember what time it is, like 1 p.m. summer PT or something like that. And then it will end the same time it started on Friday, maybe on Monday. I think it ends on Monday. And then there's like another weekend as well. I don't know. I think the weekends, I'm not too sure. I can't remember. Because this is like the first time, it's the first beta that's available on all platforms at once, which is kind of weird in saying that, but it's kind of cool. I respect where Microsoft is going with that. Putting the beta on all platforms, it's kind of cool. Well, probably generates them more money through pre-orders, but also it definitely keeps the game alive and makes the beta more better. The people after that will probably be people who are playing through the open beta, which will be the next beta, the next live beta. And I don't know how long this will be live. I think it's only live for the weekend, then it'll stop, and then they go back again live for weekend 2. So that'll be pretty cool about that. Now, it did have some problems, the beta. Not really crazy problems, but it was just server problems. I thought I got banned at first, but it looks like it was just the servers had died, and they had to be brought back alive. And they brought them back fairly quickly, but about half an hour into the game, they were brought back, which I'm kind of glad. A lot of people are complaining and making fun, but then again, it is Activision servers. I don't know why we're all surprised that they're quite literally dog shit. That's it's just how they are, unfortunately. You kind of expect that with Activision, but again, not the end of the world. It's still playable now. Now, I kind of want to go into the movement first and other things and just how it feels all around. Again, this is a beta. Things aren't going to change gameplay-wise, but weapon-wise and stuff like that, yes, it probably will change. Now, movement. Now, the new Omni movement, it's quite a big talking point within the Call of Duty community, and a lot of people have been voicing their opinions and voicing their concerns about it and saying that, oh, well, it's going to be very much abused by a lot of people. Now, again, this is the beta. This isn't the full game. We haven't probably got everyone in here yet. The sweats are probably not here as of yet anyway. Maybe they want it free to play, I'm not too sure. However, the sweats are not migrated. Well, in the games that I got, it was fairly sweaty at times, but I think that was just because, well, it's the first thing, everyone's trying to rank up. This is kind of what happens, unfortunately. When the game first comes out, when every Call of Duty, you'd always get people sweating like crazy for like the first month, and then after that, everything just slowly dies down because, again, you don't need to rank up as crazy. Again, there are things you can actually get. A lot of people like to rank up just to, well, feel what the beta's like and get an understanding of how long it takes to rank up. I think you rank up pretty quickly. Within about 2 hours of playing, I'm like rank 14 or something like that. It's quite fun. It's kind of addicting, to be honest. Sitting there and playing for a few hours. I can't lie, I lost track of time. It's more surprising than I thought it would. Now, I'm not saying this is the best Call of Duty ever, no, but then again, I'm not going to go and compare it to something like Black Ops 2 or an older Call of Duty. We obviously know they're elite games and they shouldn't really be fucked around with, of course. We all know that. I don't want to go on a big-ass rant and saying, well, this Call of Duty's shit because it's not this Call of Duty and it's not this. We all understand that, again, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, stuff like that. They were elite games, partly because of the time they launched. Then again, they did get quite a bit of hate when they first came out, but still, that's some of probably the favorited Call of Duties in the community. And again, back to the movement. The movement is pretty solid. I thought when playing this, I'd be like, oh no, this movement is just going to be impossible to do. It's going to be all clunky and it's going to be annoying. Now, it does feel very clunky at first. It felt awful at first. I think it took me about 20 minutes, maybe half an hour or so to get used to it, and it feel like, because when you're running, you move your controller a bit over to the left or the right, it will do some, like, you'll start running sideways. That's the new feature. You can run sideways, both directions, and backwards. You can dive backwards. You can dive in, I think, any direction, which is pretty cool. And again, I can see that that's going to be a very useful thing and I did use it in a few situations, although I'm not going to lie, it works better through thought than actual action. It depends on, again, if someone's camping, you could use this theoretically to dolphin dive around the corner and obliterate them, but there's a good chance they're more prepared than you are, because they're in a spot and they know that someone's going to come through there. But again, this movement, I don't see a lot of people doing it that much. Maybe it's because people just are more focused on trying to rank up again and do other things, but again, I don't see many people using this movement, which is not surprising at all. It really isn't surprising at all. I think it's least surprising that people are using this. Well, no, actually, kind of is surprising, to be fair, because I thought people would have sweated the hell out of it and started using this movement like crazy, but it doesn't look like they have. So yeah, the movement's pretty good, and it's pretty nice. It's comfortable. It's not annoying. And again, if you feel like you're going to be out of the touch with the movement, again, it does feel weird. It's going to take some time to get used to, of course. It's a new type of movement. Again, there's loads of customization within the settings. I haven't even gone through it all, to be honest. I just wanted to get in a game and see what it was like. The matchmaking, well, we can all understand how the matchmaking is. It's pretty much just the standard matchmaking in every Call of Duty. The current day Call of Duties, it takes. Well, to be fair, it's a little bit quicker. I don't know whether that's because skill-based matchmaking isn't as crazy, but I can assure you when the game does launch, we ain't getting matchmaking like this. It's probably going to take... Well, it's very inconsistent, the matchmaking. Sometimes it's very fast. Sometimes it takes a while. It's all over the place, which is not really surprising at all. Sorry, I was looking at some of the guns. You know what? Let's talk about the guns and the gunplay in the game, because the gunplay in this game is obviously very different because of the movement. How you use your guns now could be determined on how you use your movement. Now, this is a beta, so most of the weapons you're going to have or you're going to experience may end up going and being nerfed in the actual game, which is, again, not surprising at all. This is kind of what a running thing that Call of Duty likes to do. They will put a weapon in the beta, and it is incredibly overpowered, and it's stupidly overpowered, and it's shredding people like crazy. And then what they will do is they will nerf the living shit out of it when the actual game comes out, and then it becomes pretty useless to what it actually used to be. So here are some of the weapons that are actually in the game. So the AK-47, I didn't see a hell of a lot of people using. Maybe, I don't know if that's surprising or not. I'm not entirely sure. The Ames, which I think is a burst rifle, which is fairly powerful. The XM4 is an incredible incredibly powerful weapon that people, again, are very much using. This gun didn't really obliterate that much in Cold War. I didn't see an incredible amount of people using this in the beta. However, there was a lot of people using this in the actual Black Ops 6 beta, and I am kind of annoyed with seeing this with this gun. Holy shit, it shreds like crazy. I do feel like there's a fair bit of inconsistency with how guns and how the weapons are working in the game. Sometimes I shred like crazy and I absolutely obliterate the player, and then sometimes it takes me quite a while. I don't know what that is. The time to kill, in my opinion, it kind of feels all over the place at the moment. I don't know if that's just because it's a beta thing or it's actually going to be like that in the game. I don't know if maybe anyone else has experienced that. It feels like sometimes like I'm shooting a lot, but I'm not doing as much damage as I maybe should be doing. It feels like I'm being nerfed on my damage. Now, again, there is the conspiracy out there that skill-based damage exists where, if you damage someone, it nerfs your damage based on your skill or something like that. I can't remember what the exact people keep saying about that. But again, it's another one of the whole conspiracies within the skill-based matchmaking department of the game. Where's the other gun? It's the sort of the MP5 style of weapon. I can't remember what it's actually called, but it's the MP5 it's supposed to be. That is probably one of the most overpowered weapons in the game. And to be quite honest with you, it can be quite annoying to see. That's another OP weapon. Again, most of these weapons may end up getting nerfed to the living shit when the beta comes out. Now again, I don't think that's the worst thing ever. These are probably going to be, well, to be fair, they don't nerf them fairly quickly. They might give it like a week or a few days before they actually nerf them. But again, it depends. It depends on Treyarch. I don't know how well Treyarch are and how long it takes them to nerf weapons when it comes to new Call of Duties. However, I don't think it's against the world or end of the world, sorry, not against the world. If these things don't get nerfed straight away as soon as the game comes out, they are pretty overpowered. I feel like I'm getting shredded, but then again, I'm shredding people as well. Again, maybe that's just the inconsistency, or maybe that's just packet burst. I don't know. God, it wouldn't be a Call of Duty if you didn't get fucking packet burst. It seems to be a new thing they've added, Call of Duty now. More packet bursts. There are some cool, there's the Jackal PDW. I have seen that. It looks, I don't know if that's actually a real gun. The best way to describe it is an AK-74U. No, it's just, yeah. 74. Something like U. Yeah, sorry. AK-74U with a... I don't actually know if that's a real-life weapon. With the drum magazine you can put in the actual the handheld thing. The hand grip. Sorry. We have the... actually, I think that is the... that isn't the... maybe that is the C9. I think that is the MP5. I don't know. I think there is the MP5 in the game. Well, it looks like an MP5 kind of. That's pretty OP as well. There is the XMG, which is, well, an M16 with a drum mag on it. Which is pretty fucking brutal. I've kind of used it. The shotguns, now I haven't seen many people actually using shotguns, and I did pick one up and it wasn't really that good. I don't know whether, again, a lot of these guns are going to be probably all over the place. I don't know if they're going to do any nerfs in beta. I don't even know if they actually do nerfs in beta. I don't think so. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I don't know, but the guns and everything, they're going to be all over the place. I'm not too pissed off about it. It's kind of expected that guns are going to perform like utter shit. It's kind of expected, and well, if you don't expect it, I don't know what to say. But yeah, that's kind of the Call of Duty tradition. Release a bunch of crazily broken guns in a beta, and just let people hammer each other and have fun for a few days of the beta. And to be quite honest with you, it is fun using extremely overpowered weapons, more overpowered than they probably should be, and shredding people like crazy. That's the villain story right there. But yeah, the game actually plays very well. I was playing on the Xbox Series X, and to be quite honest with you, it's buttery smooth. There's no lag, there's no stuttering, there's nothing like that. Well, apart from server lag. But then again, I haven't actually experienced any server lag as of yet anyway. I do remember the Vanguard beta was fucking horrible, but then again, that was horrible in many other aspects. I remember playing the Vanguard beta. That was a sore eye, to say the least. The Modern Warfare 3 beta actually wasn't too bad. But yeah, this beta, I can't lie, has been pretty polished. There's no incredible lag. Again, I'm talking from my experience. Maybe other people have experienced problems. I'm not entirely sure. The only problem I did experience was, again, like I said, the matchmaking problem, where I struggled to find a match. That's the only thing I actually struggled with in this game to find. Overall, it actually looks like a pretty solid game. I think skill-based matchmaking definitely should be toned down. Yes. Aim assist, I think, has been fixed. It's not as crazy as it was in Modern Warfare 3, which is pretty cool. I don't feel like it's that bad anyway. I feel like my aim's still how it was before, which is not a bad thing. Although I wouldn't say my aim's the most incredible thing, but it's not as bad as... Well, it's not as bad. My aim wasn't... It's the exact same, my aim, as before, which again is perfect. I think this game, again, I know I'm not... I'm Call of Duty propagandist. I'm saying all this stuff because, I'm saying this, because I think it's pretty... Now, should you go on pre-order and this and this? Probably not. Again, play it for yourself, get the feel for yourself. I think that's the best option you can actually do with this sort of game. Again, it's a beta. Not much is going to change sort of gameplay wise, but maybe weapon damage and other stuff like that will probably change, and nerfs to particular damage on things may end up probably changing. But anything other than that, we're probably going to get majority of the same things again. And I don't really have a problem with that, to be honest. It's a beta. Although betas these days have kind of lost their meaning. I remember years ago a beta actually meant that they were trying out. They were testing out and seeing how well, the servers could handle and stuff like that. They were just testing everything. Now betas are more used as a marketing tactic to get more people to pre-order, which fair enough. It's kind of understandable why they would do something like that. It's how they ride on that sort of stuff. So there's 3 maps in the actual beta at the moment, which I'm going to try and pull up and see what maps there actually are, because they are maps Screwed, I think Screwed, Skyline, and Derelict. Screwed, I think, is the map with a giant satellite, it looks like. Now, people will camp on that like crazy. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. They'll always find someone. I think in my game anyway, I had someone put down a trophy system and they were camping there the whole game. It wasn't very fun to experience. It was pretty annoying, to be honest with you. I didn't enjoy that one bit. So if you are someone who does that, fuck you. Is it Derelict? That's a map with trains, deserted train carts just scattered all over. I don't feel like that's a bad map. It's not hugely campy. It's quite a small-ish map. it's not very huge, and it's not going to be incredibly annoying that it pisses you off. I don't know. I felt like it was pretty good. It felt great. It actually is probably the best map in the beta, especially if you want to rank up your guns and stuff like that. You probably might have, again, a very good time actually doing that. But yeah, I thought that map was pretty good. And then there's Skyline. Now, Skyline is, again, a smallish map. It's obviously on top of I don't actually use a skyscraper or something like that. It's like a mansion type thing. There's a big pool in the middle, and you spawn either side. It's quite a smallish map. I don't feel like it's an incredibly campy map. The only campy map is Screwed, but it's quite an open. I think that's the biggest map, obviously, in this beta, and there will be more maps to come. I'm guessing on weekend 2, which is pretty cool. I think Babylon, Rewind, and Strike, Gala, Pit, and Stakeout will be available. The modes that I think are available now are Team Deathmatch, Hardpoint, and I think Domination. Next week or the next time, we'll have Face Off and Kill Order, which is pretty cool. I don't exactly know what Kill Order is, and Face Off, I don't exactly know what that is. I've heard that, but I can't remember where it's actually from or what Call of Duty. This is pretty good to see, and I like this. The beta, again, my overall thing, I would give this probably a 7 out of 10. Not really the worst beta. Again, it's pretty sweaty, but I've heard some people say that skill-based matchmaking seems to be toned down. And to be quite honest with you, I have games where I shred, and then I have games where I get shredded. So I think the skill-based matchmaking may be there. I'm not entirely sure, but it just might be toned down quite a fair bit to try and give people the illusion to thinking, oh shit, this might be an easy game, and then they jump in on day one launch. And it turns out it's actually a really fucking difficult game. But anyway, I think, again, my overall outcome of this game, beta, it's a beta obviously, I think it's good. I think you'll enjoy it if you actually do want to play it. I don't think it's that bad. Again, it's something new, it's something different. And again, if you do like Call of Duty Black Ops 6, if you liked Cold War, you may end up liking this. It's very similar in a lot. Well, I say that because a lot of the sound effects are very similar to Cold War. But yeah, my overall outcome of this is it's a solid beta. There's not really much to say. I can't really critique the game based off the beta because, well, it's not really fair, that is it. But yeah, it's not as sweaty as I thought it would be. But maybe that's because, well, we haven't got the open. I don't know how many people are actually. Most of these people playing now are they've either been given codes, or they can pay for codes, or they've won them through Activision or something like that, or a YouTuber, something like that, or they've pre-ordered the game. So that, and then obviously the next beta will probably be, I don't know how many weekends, I think it's 2. I don't know if it goes through the week again, but I am pretty excited to play some more of this, and I'm excited to see what's coming more as well. The current level cap, I think, is 20, but I presume it'll probably be something like 40 or 30 or 40, or maybe more. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's a whole prestige. I don't know if they're going to go that far. Leveling up is pretty quick as well. I don't think it's that slow. I presume it's going to be a lot quicker in the beta than it is the actual game. Leveling up weapons as well isn't too slow. It's just right, in my opinion. But again, I think everything might be sped up just a little bit, because it's a beta and people want to rank up. That's kind of people's main focus is to get their weapons leveled up and, try out the new attachments and stuff like that, which is fair enough. I do some of the weapons as well. You have to get to like rank 5 to actually unlock any sights, which is a little bit annoying. waiting all that time just to unlock a few sites, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, this beta has been pretty solid.